Greetings, everybody. This is the 8 Minute English podcast series on the Learn English podcast channel. As usual, I'm Nathan, your friendly neighborhood podcast host. Have you ever wondered what it feels like to live and work in America? You know, the wonderful American dream everyone has been talking about? Today's episode will cover different aspects of finding a job in the US, from finding the right job to interview experience and more. Joining me today are three amazing guests who all came here from different parts of the world to chase their dreams. Let's give a warm welcome to Mali, Maria, and Kenji. So before we start, can you guys introduce a little bit about yourself? Hello everyone, I'm Meili. I was born in Thailand and I moved to the US about 6 years ago. I'm working in the finance sector. Alright, what about you, Maria? Mexico is my home country. I came to the US 5 years ago to start my career in the tech industry. Right, and Kenji? I was born and raised in Japan, but I chose the US as an ideal place for my career in healthcare. I see. Why did you leave Japan to work in the US? I used to work in healthcare back in Japan, but I felt like I was stuck in a routine. The US healthcare system is different, more advanced in some ways, so I saw it's a chance to learn and grow as a professional and make a bigger impact on people's lives. That's wonderful. And Miley, what brought you to the US? Well, I always been interested in finance, and the US has some incredible opportunities in the field. I felt like there was more chance for me to grow my career here. That's awesome, Mali. Maria, how about you? What made you decide to come to the US from Mexico? I studied technology in Mexico, but I knew the US has a huge tech industry. I want to work with the latest advancements and be part of something exciting. Wow, seems like America is an ideal land for job opportunities and career growth. Alright, so now let's get down to one of the most important parts, landing the dream job. Finding the right job can be tough, no matter where you're from. Did any of you face any challenge when you were job hunting here? Absolutely. It can be tough to know where to start. There are so many websites and job boards. But I found that focusing on LinkedIn and company websites help a lot. I could find specific positions that match my skills and experience. That's good to know, Miley. Maria, do you have any different strategies? Of course, job fairs were a game changer for me. I got to meet recruiters face to face and make a personal connection. Also, networking events connected me with people in my field. They offer advice and even helped me get my foot in the door at some companies. Fantastic, Maria. Networking is definitely key. Kenji, what about your experience? In my experience, industry-specific job boards were super helpful. They list jobs relevant to my field, so I did not wasting time browsing through everything. Also, referrals from colleges in the US healthcare system were a big plus for me. So you found perfect job listing. Now comes the interview. Molly, any tips to survive those intense interviews for our listeners? Research the company beforehand and show your true interest in their work. Also, dress professionally and arrive early. First impressions matter. That's golden advice. Maria, any interview tips for the fast-paced tech world? Definitely. Be confident and showcase your passion for the field. Practice answering questions about your skills and how you can solve problems. And interviews could be a two-way street. You could ask questions too, but make sure your questions show your true care for the company. Love it, Maria. Kenji, any interview survival tips for the healthcare industry? For sure. Be patient. The interview process can take longer in healthcare, but most importantly, just highlight your passion for the job you want to do. This part is important for every field, not just healthcare. That's true, Kenty. I can agree with you more. That passion shows you're not just there for the health. Alright, everyone, let's change things up a bit. We talk about chasing those American dreams, but let's be honest, English plays a big role in landing the perfect job. So I'm curious about how you guys manage to learn and improve your English. How did you all become English ninjas? Ninja? Maybe not quite ninja, but attending English classes here definitely helped. It gave me a good foundation and a chance to practice with other learners. Plus, chatting with my colleagues at work was a huge boost. They were also be patient and willing to help me improve. That's fantastic. Molly, what about you? Do you have the same experience as Maria's? Not exactly. I found some great online courses that fit my schedule perfectly. It was flexible and allowed me to learn at my own pace. But I also joined language exchange meetups. Basically, you chat with someone who wants to learn your language and you help them with English. It was a fun way to practice and make new friends. So, sounds like a win-win situation. And Kenji, do you have any difficulties learning this language? English wasn't my first language, so it wasn't always easy to speak fluently. But I found watching English TV shows with subtitles really helpful. It improved my listening skills and even more vocabulary. And of course, talking to people every day at work, at a store, everywhere made a big difference. That's great to hear, Kenji. It's about finding ways to make English fun and part of our daily life. Alright, everyone, so far we've heard about your journeys to the US and the exciting jobs you landed. But let's talk about the present. How are you all feeling about working life in the US? Well, for me, it's definitely seen the impact of my work. Helping people get better and feel healthy is super fulfilling. In the US healthcare system, there seems to be more focus on individual needs, which I really appreciated. Maria, how about you? What are some things you enjoy about working in US tech companies? There are always cutting edge technology being developed here, and I love being part of that. Back in Mexico, things felt a bit more traditional. Here, everyone works together, shares ideas, and helps each other learn. It's a great team environment, which I find super helpful and motivating. Teamwork seems to be a big plus for you, Maria. Molly, you mentioned you work in finance. How does your work environment in the US differ from Thailand? It's definitely more fast-paced here. In Thailand, things move a bit slower. It was more focused on building relationships with cultures. Here, it's all about getting things done quickly and effectively. But I actually like it. It keeps me on my toes and there are always new challenges and opportunities to learn. It sounds like all of you have found some aspect of American work culture that you really. Let's talk about some important words related to today's topic. Advancement is the first word. It simply means moving forward or getting better. Getting a promotion at work is a sign of advancement in your career. Next word is challenge. It's something difficult that needs effort. It's a test of your skills or abilities. Learning a new language can be a challenge, but it's very rewarding. Let's move on with game changer. There is something that makes a big difference and completely changed the situation. For example, the invention of a smartphone was a game changer for communication. Referral is another word. It's the act of recommending someone for a job or service. It's when you tell someone about good experience and suggest them to try it too. For example, I got my job through a referral from a friend who works here. Finally, foundation is the basic support for everything, for something. For example, a strong education is the foundation for a successful career.